We're live. Hi, Books and Bites fans. What's shaking today?
No one's fans.
There's fans. We're fans. We're fans, right? See? Millions of fans. Millions. See? There's a fan. There's a fan right there. Millie's a fan.
You've lost it, Mom. You've lost
Whatever. I said hi to my fans. Ring said we don't have fans. Our fans. So, on that note, we're going to start with our poem, like we always do, Shel Silverstein, and then we have a really great book for you today by Jacqueline Woodson, who is the author, same author as we read the other day.
8 times.
I didn't. It's the same author, different book, but it's excellent, and we're going to read it today.
You've read that thing
But
8
first,
times.
see, Millie says they're fans. Thank you for that validation. So, we have a poem for you today. It's called The Juggler. Are you ready?
If it involves dying, then I'm not.
Doesn't. It's eggs. He juggles eggs. The juggler is juggling an egg, and now he's juggling 2. Oh, now looky, he's juggling 3. That's very hard to do. And now one more. That's number 4. 4 flying eggs, and then it's 5, it's 6, it's 7. Kasplish. Yeah, we're back to 1 again. Eggs might not be a good thing to juggle, especially if you're just learning.
But how do you know he's just learning?
I guess you're right. Maybe he just was overconfident. Maybe he's been juggling for years and he just dropped 1. I suppose that probably happens to jugglers. I don't know.
And then he'd need to take 85 showers before he stops smelling like rotten eggs.
Yeah. Well, even if he was having fresh eggs, I feel like that would be very messy. All right. On that note, we're going to read this book today, The Other Side by Jacqueline Woodson. The illustrator is E.B. Lewis. And I really like this
The other
one.
side of my hand. It is a mystery. What's on this side?
I think you know it like the back of your hand.
Because that is the back of my hand.
All right. So, we're going to get started.
But I just asked the question. I don't know. I just said I don't know
All right, moving
what
on.
it is. So how
Let
do
me.
I know it like the back of my hand? Because
Got it.
I don't know my hand.
Cool, great. That summer, the fence that stretched through our town seemed bigger. We lived in a yellow house on one side of it, and white people lived on the other. And Mama said, "Don't climb over that fence when you play." She said it wasn't safe. That summer, there was a girl who wore a pink sweater. Each morning, she climbed up on the fence and stared over at our side.
That was why I knew it. That was why I knew this book.
You've
I
read
read
this
it
one.
in first grade.
Yeah, you did. Sometimes I stared back. She never sat on the fence with anybody. That girl didn't.
What? You have to have a reason to do this.
She's maybe just looking for a friend. Maybe she's lonely. No? Well, let's find out.
No.
Once when we were jumping rope, she asked if she could play. And my friend Sandra said no without even asking the rest of us. I don't know what I would have said.
No.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
I would have said no.
Why? Why would you
Because-
say no to someone who wanted to play?
One, we don't know if her parents are okay with it.
Okay, yeah. So you want to make sure it's okay with all the grown-ups. That makes
Yes,
sense.
so
I
just say
understand.
no. Or ask your
I feel like if
parents.
someone wanted, yeah, maybe ask your parents. If it's okay with them, it's okay with me. That feels like a good thing. That summer, everyone and everything on the other side of the fence seemed far away. When I asked my mama why, she said, because that's the way things have always been. Sometimes when me and Mom went into town, I saw that girl with her mama. She looked sad sometimes, that girl did. Don't stare, my mama said. It's not polite.
It depends on what you're staring at.
True.
And how you stare. If you stare with like a grin in your eyes, like this, like that, that's a good stare. But if you stare with like a smirk on your face,
Yeah, that's less. You, ring. It rained a lot that summer. On rainy days, that girl sat on the fence in a raincoat. She let herself get all wet and acted like she didn't even care. Sometimes I saw her dancing around in the puddles and splashing and laughing.
I always do that.
You do.
Except when it's raining, then I don't go out.
Mama wouldn't let me go out in the rain. That's why I bought you rainy day toys, my mama said. You stay inside here where it's warm and safe and dry. But every time it rained, I looked for that girl, and I always found her somewhere near the fence.
Why can't you go outside? I like it outside when it's raining.
Someplace in the middle of summer, the rain stopped, and when I walked outside, the grass was damp, and the sun was already high up in the sky, and I stood there with my hands in the air, and I felt brave that day. I felt free.
Why do you have to have a reason. You can't just storm out and say, "Yeah, I'm brave because I went out of the house."
I got close to the fence and that girl asked me my name. Clover, I said. My name's Annie, she said. Annie Paul. I live over yonder, she said. By where you see the laundry? That's my blouse hanging on the line. She smiled then. She had a pretty smile.
Her what? Her boss?
Blouse. It's like a shirt.
Oh, is that her? I thought she said her boss.
No, boss is
Her
not.
boss.
And then I smiled, and we stood there looking at each other and smiling. It's nice up on the fence, Annie said. You can see all over. I ran my hand along the fence. I reached up and I touched the top of it. A fence like this is made for sitting on, Annie said. She looked at me sideways. My mama said I shouldn't go on the other side, I said. My mama said the same thing, but she never said nothing about sitting on it. Neither did mine, I said. Oh, so you were right, Ring. The other girl's parents said not to cross the fence. Both families said that, but then they figured out a way to be friends anyway.
You can still be friends even though you can't touch a fence.
That summer, me and Annie sat together on that fence, and when Sandra and them looked at me funny, I just made believe I didn't care.
So you don't care if someone looks at you?
Well, I think her friends were like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm just going to pretend I don't care." Some mornings, my mama watched us. I waited for her to tell me to get down from that fence before I break my neck or something, but she never did.
You're not gonna break your neck if you fall off a tiny fence.
You certainly could. I see.
It really
Excuse
depends
me.
on how big the fence is.
I see you made a new friend, she said one morning, and I nodded, and Mama smiled. That summer, me and Annie sat on that fence and watched the whole world around us.
Sat in there 8 hours and 9 hours and then 10 hours.
That would be a long time to sit on a fence.
Until we got so bored that our eyes had boogers in them.
Okay, that's gross.
What?
One day, Sandra and them were jumping rope near the fence, and we asked if we could play. Well, I don't care, Sandra said. And then when we jumped, Sandra and me were partners the way we used to be.
Who's Sandra?
Sandra's her other friend who was said no at first when Clover asked if she could play. Or when Annie asked if she could play, rather.
Because she...
When we were too tired to jump anymore, we all sat up on the fence, all of us in a long line.
And there it is, that one fence, still sitting there in a glass bottle.
Someday, somebody's going to come along and knock this old fence down, Annie said. I nodded, yeah, someday. And there they are.
I still don't get why that should be happy. If someone knocked down's a good piece of
Well,
property.
because here's the thing. I think the fence is separating the two people. Because the
Wrong.
girl the girl that's white and the girl that's black, their families were like, don't play with the other person.
No, they're
But the kids
saying-
were like, yeah. Go ahead, what do you think?
They didn't say that they couldn't play together. All they said was that they couldn't cross the fence.
But I think that's maybe what they meant. What do you think?
Alright, so when I say don't go in the swamp, that's saying you can't go with a friend across the swamp.
Well, I think,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Don't
Interpretation.
cross the swamp.
Okay.
That doesn't mean
We're
that
going to
you
leave
can't.
today. Happy Books and Bites, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.